All right, big news coming in. The Supreme Court will hear the State Bank of India's plea, which we remember was seeking an extension. SBI had sought an extension of time to furnish details of electoral bonds to the Election Commission. On 11th March, a 5-judge bench headed by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrajood will take up SBI's application in the electoral bond case. Remember, the SBI had said that it's too early for us to be able to furnish all the electoral bond donors list, basically who has donated and the clarity on that, as was asked by the court. They've asked for extension till about the month of June, to which the Supreme Court will hear the plea again, which is likely today. It's going to be a big day because opposition is all guns blazing. Opposition had been claiming, specifically, for example, Congress MP Manish Tiwari, who had said this looks like the SBI is towing the government's line because that is at the time with the Lok Sabha elections that will get over. Srishti Ojha is joining me, our legal correspondent, for the latest on that. Srishti, I remember the last time we had this conversation, this was also a big political showdown as well. What are we expecting today at the Supreme Court when the SBI's plea is heard?
Well, yes, today will definitely be a very important day because the Supreme Court Constitutional Bench, while setting aside the electoral bond scheme, had very clearly directed SBI to furnish all the details of the electoral bonds which have been given and also encashed by March 6th. Now, the date is already a few days before the deadline. SBI had approached the Supreme Court seeking extension. Now, that plea hasn't been heard till now, and the deadline has already been crossed. In the meantime, a contempt petition was also filed. 2 contempt petitions actually have been filed, saying that SBI is deliberately not following court's order. So both the petitions will be heard together today. It will be important to see what is Supreme Court's view on this. Will Supreme Court be more inclined to give an extension to SBI, or will the Supreme Court make some remarks or pass any directions on the contempt petition? Because the contempt petition is clearly saying that SBI is doing this deliberately. They're trying to withhold the donor and donation amount details from the public before the upcoming Lok Sabha election, because the extension sought by them is till June 30th. And if that extension is granted, that clearly means that no information will come out before the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. On the other hand, SBI has claimed some technical difficulties, saying that the information that they're asked to give, the data related to the issuance of bonds and to the redemption of bonds, were recorded in different silos. No central database was maintained, hence it will take more time. So again, it will be important to see that the Constitution Bench, which had passed the order, set aside the electoral bond scheme last month, will they pull up the SBI, or will they be a bit lenient and grant SBI, some more time to give the details? So
keep tracking this. Keep tracking because of what the Supreme Court decides on the electoral bonds. Remember, while maybe in the legal corridors, but the opposition will definitely be watching the latest on that, and we'll see what are the responses thereafter.